Hello everybody, welcome back again for another edition of Farming Blind with Duck here on the Barber Farm. Been a while since I've posted anything. This time of year, there's kind of a lull in the farming business, and we feeding our cattle. That's just started that. One project that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, on the back of my barn here, I've accumulated several hand tools and things like that over the years, and I want to fix me a place to kind of organize my tools and have a little bit of a work area where I can work on a lawnmower or just four-wheelers or little small gadgets here and there, or some people might want to call it a man cave where I can kind of get out here and tinker around a little bit. As you see, I've already established where my work area is going to be. Luckily, back in the high school days, I was able to attend a general buildings trades class at the vocational school. Teacher Lanny Bobo taught me a lot of things about carpentry and how to do things. First off, I'm definitely not a professional, but I do enjoy working on things. However, obviously, being visually impaired, legally blind has definitely caused its own types of issues and hurdles that I've had to overcome. But luckily, with use of a lot of assistive technology, my helping hands, Mighty Mike, to get me through the times to make this work, I'm going to attempt to pretty much build this entire thing by myself. Of course, with the assistance of Mike. I am going to get somebody to pour my concrete for me when I get ready. Just to give everybody an idea, I pulled my strings here. I had my cousin come here about 2 weeks ago, and we was able to take the strings and get this building square, because that's key. If you don't have a building square, then it just causes problems all the way across the board. I had my lumber package delivered this morning. As you see, Mike and I, we've started putting my post in, getting them lined up by the string and level and plumb. Of course, I'll have to go through and cut them off and get them the height I need once I get started, but I wanted to get this done because this is the last pretty day we're going to have. Once I do that, I'll be shedding off of here with some 2x8 rafters. Of course, then again, like I said, the concrete floor eventually. We'll have insulation. So needless to say, I'm going to be excited to have my own little man cave. I will have a small roll-up door right here to where I can pull my four-wheeler and lawnmower right in to work. I'll have an access point there going in the back of my barn to where I can go either way. So we'll show you a few steps on how I utilize some assistive technology to do what I need to do. So stand by. Okay, as you see here, I got my boy Mighty Mike. We're getting our posts all level and plumbed up and ready to go. Two major forms of assistive technology that I use is my trusty dusty Tape King talking tape measure and my Johnson's 4-foot level. That's where we utilize to get our levels good and plumb. I'll show you what I do as far as getting my post spacing. Unfortunately, with the Tape King, it's only 16 foot. Of course, obviously, you can see this building is much more. So to get my post pretty much 8-foot centers, I have to measure from post to post to get it right. So the way I do that, I'll get my tape measure activated here. Now, I've got a screw right here in the center of this post because I know that's where I'm going to be. I'll stretch over and I know I'm right at my 8-foot center mark right there. So now that I got that position where I need it to be, I've already got the bottom of the post where it's stationary, and we know we've got it. So all we like now is to get the level and check the plumb level on each side. Mike, that's your job.
Yep, I'll turn it on right now.
Now, most people with got good eyesight, you can see the bubble on the level. Well, for me, being visually impaired, this level here actually beeps and gives me the indicator that I need.
Okay.
And go ahead, Mike.
Okay, your bubble is about to be in the middle. Okay, it's starting to get in the middle.
And when it gets
it's in the middle.
As you hear it, when it gets just right, for me, audibly, I know I'm dead on center level right there, plumb. Now, Mike, you'll check the other side of the post.
Okay, it's about to be in the middle. The bubble's about to be in the middle. Okay, it's in the middle.
And there we go. We got all four sides level and plumb. Then all I have to do is add in my concrete, double check all my plumb and my measurements, and we'll move right on down the line. So as you can see, utilizing different forms of assistive technology, even though visually impaired, legally blind, or however you want to call it, there are ways that you can still accomplish the mission at hand. Of course, you've always got to have extra set of hands to hold things and back up. That's where my friend here, Mighty Mike, as I call him, is a big help to me as far as that.
Also, you need muscles over there too.
Yeah, we got to have some muscles.
Because I know you little have trouble lifting up the concrete. Some concretes can be a little heavier, but if he needs someone have strength to lift up some heavy stuff, I'm more.
He makes me look bad. He makes me look bad.
No.
Okay, as you can see here, the next few steps we started, we got our post set here a few days ago, and we started finally get a pretty day together and putting our bands up for the rafters. As you can see right here, we have mounted our 2x8s against the rafters here, against the building. That's where my rafters on the high side will be adjoining to. And then on this side right here, we've already started the process of putting the band on the low side. I'll be cutting my post off whenever I finally get my bands set up. I'll show you here in just a second how we utilize some assistive technologies and to make hopefully this job a lot more successful. Okay, as we're getting ready to put this third band up, to help make things much easier, way we typically try to do it, I put a screw where the board needs to be on each end. That way, when I set the boards up, the screws will help hold them in place until I get to the position I need to be. So Mike, if you'll take this end right here and go up like we've been doing, we'll butt up against the band. I'll go up here and I'll simply set it on that. There we go. Mike, you got her set?
Yeah.
All right, let me get my screws. Get ready to go here. Is that other board matched up with the other board, Mike? Yeah. Okay. That's what we want. Now what I'll do, I'll just temporary take my trusty level here. And I'm pretty much dead on right there. Maybe a quarter to eighth an inch off, so we're good on that part. And I got my screw started here to hold it. I'll pull it. Go ahead and run it up. Hold it in place. And Mike, you can step down and I'll go up here and pop me a screw in right here to hold it. Once I get everything somewhat in position, I'll come back and then I'll basically sew it up. Getting everything tempered at this moment. All right. All right, what we're gonna do, we got our last bit of band we gotta do. Use the trusty dusty talking tape measure here.
3, 5 feet 11 and 9, 5 feet 10 and 7, 5 feet 11 and 5 feet 11 and 3/16 inches, including
5'11", 3/16. 5'11" and 3/16. Okay, I've got to cut my final board for the day on this here. Of course, this may not be the easiest of tasks, but for somebody visually impaired and do it the safest way possible. Of course, I use my talking tape measure to get the measurements.
5 feet 11 and 3/16 inches, 5 feet 11 and 1/16 inches, including...
You may laugh at my technique, but it's the safest way I do it. Rather than getting my hand in here and pulling the trigger and guessing it, I use my old chin. I take it down, find my saw, tape, get the blade. I can feel it bump against the saw or the tape measure. There it is right there. I know it's bumped against it. And then I move my tape out of the way. using a miter saw has always been the easiest for me. Like I said, technique-wise, it's probably not the best in the world to do, but I try to do it as safe as possible. I try to keep my hand away from the trigger while I'm getting my measurements. Anyway, we got the last board cut, and we're fixing to go up with it, and we'll have everything done. All right, I'm finishing up my last little segment here on the raft on the band. Got it right on, pretty close right there. When I say right on, this thing has to be perfectly level with a digital level. So if it's within a fast speed beep, we're pretty close. I'll let that there. Get my screw here ready to go. Get the end, the band, everything. And just like that, that's how we make it work. I'll go through later on today or maybe even tomorrow, and I'll put all my screws in to sew this thing up. Along the building over there where we put the band, I've got it temporarily screwed up with just regular deck screws, but I've got some 3/8 long or 3/8 by 5-inch lag bolts I will screw directly into the building plate that exists to hold it up. Then we'll start the process of putting bands up for the wall here and then getting some hangers put up for my rafters when I get ready for that. So that ought to do it for today. If I have any more updates, I'll let you know. Stay tuned. Have a great day.